So today I want to talk about my top 5 favorite Cartoon Network shows that I used to watch as a child. Because yes, there was a lot of cartoons to choose from when it came to Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network had a lot of classic cartoons that I used to watch every single time. So if I don't mention a certain series on here, that doesn't mean that I think the series is like complete shit or anything, because that's not the case at all. It's just there's probably more series that I have more of a memorable experience, if that makes sense, of watching on a regular day basis when I was growing up as a kid. So if you guys have different shows from me that you personally liked, I mean, hey, that's fine. But if I didn't mention it in this video, I just want you guys to know I am not saying that that show is bad at all. But let's talk about like my top 5 favorites. And also, this isn't going to be into any order, like, oh my god, this is like the best show of all time, to like, yeah, the show is okay, I still watched it and I just wanted to include it just to have a top 5 on this video. It's just mainly my overall favorite shows, so I like all of them equally. So starting off with the first one, we're gonna have to talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog. And that show used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. I kid you not. Because I remember as a kid when I was watching that, I thought the whole concept was cool, because there was all these random ass creatures coming by Courage's like front door trying to talk to him or trying to like advertise something or whatever it is. There was just a lot of weird shit happening in that show, but I still really enjoyed it because the concept was unique and it just really drew me in. And I still remember there was that one episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog where you had like that creature outside of the window that he was looking at, or he was looking outside of his door. I can't remember on the top of my head because it's been so damn long since I've seen that episode. But you had that creature out there where it's like, give me the plaque. Give me the plaque. And it's in CGI, so looking at how CGI was back then, it looked absolutely terrifying. And that thing used to give me nightmares, where whenever I went to bed at night and I closed my eyes, I see the creature in my head, or I'm like, give me the plaque. Give me the plaque. And I'm like, okay, go away. I don't need to see you right now. Or even when I was like trying to look outside to see if like my mom or dad was coming home when I was a kid, and it was like nighttime or something, I always pictured seeing that thing at a distance. Or if I went by a graveyard, I always imagined that that creature was there. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog, mainly because of just how weird of a show it was, just made it so enjoyable, and I really do love that show. So the next one we're going to be talking about is Ed, Edd and Eddy. And yes, this show was going to be included on here because I love that show so much. That show is peak. Like, I had so much fun watching that show as a kid, because the Eds used to just go around causing a lot of mayhem in their little cul-de-sac, and they used to get people pissed off at them because Eddie was trying to do all these different kinds of schemes, and it was just a very funny show. And I still remember when I watched the Ed and Eddy movie where like everything came to a conclusion, because that was pretty much watching the Ed and Eddy series come to a close. You finally have everybody accept the Eds, which is just a really weird thing to see, because for the longest time nobody liked them, nobody wanted to associate with them. So seeing them being accepted and seeing how everything came full circle was a very nice feeling. The third series would have to be Regular Show, and I love Regular Show because Regular Show was more like a mature cartoon on Cartoon Network. Like, it was almost like a series that you watched as a teenager. It didn't really feel like a kiddie show at all, because when you had Mordecai and Rigby going around getting into things, or Mordecai when it came to his relationship with Margaret, or with Mordecai and Rigby whenever they butt heads with Benson, it was just a very funny show to watch. I remember seeing the ending of Regular Show where it was actually like very wholesome, but also very sad at the same time, because that's when you saw the end of Pops, where Pops ended up sacrificing himself in order to save everybody. Because for the longest time, and obviously ever since the beginning, Pops was just so wholesome. He was the life of the party. He was just somebody that you always wanted to be around, and just seeing him sacrifice himself for the love of his friends because he cared a lot about them, that definitely really hit home. I actually remember being on a Discord call and watching that with my friends. It was like a very heartbreaking episode, but at the same time, everybody had a conclusion through their story where Mordecai ended up finding somebody that loved him and appreciated him. Then Rigby and Eileen, I believe that was the name of her. I don't remember her name on the top of her head, but Rigby ended up getting together with her and had a family and all that. And the other show that I ended up watching around the same time as regular show, because I was like back and forth with the both of them because I enjoyed them so much, was Adventure Time, which I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, I should have worn my Adventure Time shirt in this video because it would just fit so well, the whole vibe, since we're talking about Cartoon Network shows. But yes, Adventure Time, I loved it so much because you had Finn and Jake traveling with each other, dealing with Ice King, saving different princesses, coming across these evil villains and putting an end to them after Finn and Jake beat them, and just seeing how each character had their own unique personality and how each character had their own struggles that they were dealing with throughout the show. Like, I remember the struggle that Finn had when he was trying to form a relationship with Princess Bubblegum, but Princess Bubblegum didn't really care about him. And then you had that whole arc happen between him and Flame Princess, which it was kind of a hard relationship to do because Finn was human and Flame Princess was an elemental being. She was made of fire, so it was kind of hard for Finn to like hug and kiss her, but they still made it work because they still cared about each other. So it was interesting seeing like his struggles throughout the show, seeing Jake's struggles throughout the show as well, seeing Marceline and Princess Bubblegum's relationship and how things unfolded for them, and seeing Ice King's inner struggles and also getting that nice little connection that him and Marceline had when he was a lot younger. It's just a whole show, just like regular show, just had this unique vibe to it. And that's why I really loved those 2010 Cartoon Network shows, because there was a lot of good shows that came out in the 2010s, and Adventure Time, regular show, were definitely one of them. Talking about the last one, because we talked about our first four, which was Courage Calorie Dog, Ed and Eddie, regular show, Adventure Time. The last show would honestly have to be the Powerpuff Girls. Like, that was the show that I really vibed with, because I actually remember when I used to live in a different area than I was now, when I used to live in my hometown. And I remember when I was with my grandma, and every time I was at my grandmother's house and I was in her bedroom and we were watching TV together, the one show that me and her watched all the time that we really liked was the Powerpuff Girls. And my favorite Powerpuff Girl was always Bubbles. I just found her to be like very amusing, and you know, she was just adorable little thing. And I just loved the whole vibe of that show. Like, the theme song is catchy, like da 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 na 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 da 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 na. Like, I love the theme song of it, and I just love seeing the three of them come together, stopping all these bad guys that was trying to take over the town, and then also having that whole mysterious secretary that the mayor had, where you never really saw her face. And I think it was like teased maybe like once or twice or whatever, but that was always so funny to see. That show as a whole, especially when it comes to like something that I watched with my grandmother, it's obviously always going to be my favorite, because I always value family more than anything. And the Powerpuff Girls was definitely one of the reasons because of that. And also the Powerpuff Girls movie, just seeing how they became the Powerpuff Girls and seeing how they got accepted by the town. It was awesome. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, the 2000s and 2010s era of Cartoon Network was awesome. There was a lot of shows to choose from there, but I felt like I just wanted to name these top 5 that I really did love growing up as a kid. So going over again, we have Courage Calorie Dog, Ed and Eddie, regular show, Adventure Time, and the Powerpuff Girls. So those are my top 5 favorite Cartoon Network series. And as I mentioned before, just because I didn't talk about a certain series in this video, it doesn't mean I think it's bad and it's complete shit. I just didn't really have the time to really talk about it. I just wanted to choose 5 series that really meant a lot to me growing up as a kid, which is going to be subjective, because more than likely you guys are going to be having different thoughts when it comes to your favorite Cartoon Network shows. Like, I'm pretty sure some of you guys would probably have mentioned Ben 10, Chowder, shows like that, for example, or Cow and Chicken, or Dexter's Laboratory. Shows like that are still really good, and I love them as well. But you guys are probably going to have shows like that that you really enjoyed growing up. So since we're on the topic of that, if you guys have your own favorite Cartoon Network shows, like if you have your own top 5 that you guys want to share with me, make sure to let me know in the comments section down below. And if you enjoy the content on this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the support you guys give me. You guys are awesome. I don't know what I would do without you guys, because I just love having the opportunity to talk to you guys whenever I have the opportunity to do it, whenever you guys comment and interact with me on the videos. So again, I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content that you see on this channel. And also make sure to follow me on my social media. My Twitter, my Instagram is located in the description below, just in case you want to see what I'm doing outside of YouTube. Definitely make sure to follow me there. And also make sure to click on that notification bell so you guys are informed right away whenever I upload a new video, because YouTube system is funny, doesn't always let you know when I'm uploading a video. So make sure to click on that bell so you're notified right away when I upload a video just like this one. Other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever you guys may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.